Hello, hello.
Hey.
I think, oh yeah, you were muted, but not anymore.
Yeah. Mhm. I bought a new uh,
It's a
version of the headset. Yeah, the same Plantronics I had. I think it's supposedly a different version than the one I had, but it looks very similar. I had it for
yeah,
9 years and it broke. I know. I found the
what
updated
is it? The
version.
Zebra or which one?
No, the Plantronics C320, whatever it is. It used to be 320, now it's 3220.
That's a pretty good return of investment, 9 years for tech.
Yeah, yeah. If they knew, they wouldn't make it so good.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. Hey, Torre, hey, William.
Hey, hey, hello.
Hey,
Good morning,
guys.
guys.
Good
How's it
morning.
going?
Good, good, good. I got my coffee, so life is beautiful.
I finished mine.
William, how did you get this habit of drinking the coffee slowly? I mean, I know from Ettore and Needle, generally speaking, they just, it's one sip, right? You drink it, it's done. No joy, nothing. Like a pill.
Ita-
So,
Italians are very warm people, but not about coffee.
So for us, it's really, I don't know, a second. You don't have the more, and many people just take it even super hot. It's like it's like a race. You can beat it fast.
It's a torture, man. It's a chore. You are ruining it.
do you
Does
even
it,
call it
Chagan? Yeah.
differently? Oh, yeah. Let's
No,
check
go
for
ahead.
a check.
No,
Is it espresso or is it just coffee for you guys?
No, well, the espresso is for us. Coffee is espresso,
Right. Yeah, yeah.
but
So everyone else looks at it as a higher grade. You guys is that's normal. That's baseline.
yeah, that's baseline.
Hi, Chaka.
Nice.
All right. Everybody's here.
Hello?
Hello. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
And I'm gonna share my screen like this. Here we are. I can move it there. Okay, welcome to the planning. Let's see where we are. Okay. Anybody wants to bring up something like something urgent we should keep in mind, or someone has to drop early, or otherwise I will go through the regular process.
The only thing I have is I have a meeting at 11, so I will just uh, log off like
Mhm.
maybe 10-15 minutes before.
All right. 11 your time zone, just for anybody
Yeah.
watching the recording. I'm 1 hour ahead.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do it. So ARM support for Hadron.
Yeah, that's now merged. It should be building multi-arch images. So when you pull the Hadron image, if you are on ARM64, it will just download the ARM64 flavor. I tested that both on Kimu, which works, and Raspberry Pi 4, which also works. So yeah, I just need to check if the images are pushed correctly and if the releases as well build the multi-arch images properly.
All right, so we there's an image we push in GitHub registry anyway, GHCR. which is then used for on a pipeline to build the Kairos versions of the Hadron images. So right now, is any of these already multi-arts?
It should be, because I merged this on Friday, so at least the main image should be.
This one, the
And
GCR.
expect to code a new
Right.
beta release maybe today to see if the release pipeline also works.
Awesome.
And
right.
then,
If you need,
of course, on Kairos, I will also add it to the ARM64 build parts to check the whole workflow.
Sounds great. Okay, if you need any help QAing those, especially the Kairos ones with maybe Kubernetes on them, on some Raspberry, let us know, because I know it takes time. So if you need any additional help, more hands or more devices, let us know. All right. Very nice progress. Let's see. Create a template for maintainer onboarding. Okay, we're done with that, and we actually tested the bots and all with William's onboarding. Officially welcome to the team, William. Although you were already part of the team. Anything that didn't go right, like something we need to fix, or we are good for the next time we onboard a maintainer?
Just so once you vote and everything goes correctly, it creates the onboarding issues, and these were duplicated. But I already merged a fix for that, but I guess we'll test it for our next maintainer.
Next time. Nice. Hadron beta release, I think that was in Epic, had some tickets on it. Let me see. We decided to close it and move the remaining stories, if I recall correctly. No, that's okay. It was closed.
It was mostly announcements. Yeah.
Okay, onboarding William, we did. Hardware enabled kernel for Hadron, that's closed. Is that a separate image? Chaka? The hardware enabled kernel for Hadron. That's a fat image for Hadron.
Didn't we discussed that last week? Sorry, that was about creating a different kernel because we only ship like a cloud kernel for virtualized environments, which of course was very small. It had no modules at all because we incrusted all the needed modules for vSphere and so on. So that was about generating a default kernel more in line with other distros. That's been done for a while now.
Okay. Social posts, no need to discuss that. Support for specific OS was discussed, and I think we're done, but I think I saw closed because there was another one, I think. Yeah, in favor of the other one.
Yeah, that was created under init, I think, and there was some discussion in there. And then recreated under Kairos, so I just moved the one and closed that other.
Okay, this one has one last question. I saw that this morning, but I guess one should simply try that. Jasper suggests this, but I guess the only best way to answer is to try that out. So yeah, I'm not sure if we can do more, but if someone wants to reply there and has an idea already, feel free. ARM build support we discussed. These are the pull requests for the tickets above. Okay, there was a bug in reset when I tried to use Hadron on cloud, where it tried to copy the GRUB shim, and there was none in Hadron. And for other OSs, there are rules, but but didn't catch Hadron there. So the initial fix was to just skip it on Hadron, but then Ichaka, you said we should probably ship it, like the other OSs do.
Yeah. In fact, now on main, there is a shim already because for ARM64, on building raw images, there was another place in Aurora where it did search for the shim. So I just thought, well, it's just faster to build the shim, ship it, and just treat it like any other image. So we don't have to have those if this, if then, if this, if that. It's just simpler. And if in the future we think about signing stuff, we can sign the shim. We can get Microsoft to sign our shim.
Which means it's going to be ignored until we revisit this on the agent, right?
Yes,
Should
exactly.
I
So
create-
for now it's okay, I think, but yeah, we should just make it behave like all any others. Just make it search for the sim and copy it.
All right. Let me create a ticket. Copy Hadron sim like every other flavor does. Okay, I'll do it like that, and I link to copy link. But if you can find me, shit, that's a feature request. Go. Go. Doesn't want to. All right, whatever. I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to create it. Copy link. Obviously at the bottom. And if you can find me a link to the thing that adds the sim, that will also be helpful. We skipped it here. Here might be a here link, but we later compiled a sim. So now Hadron has a sim, and we should better copy that like we do with other flavors. Okay, I'm doing it like that, but if you can add a link to the thing that compiled the sim would be nice. It's not urgent though. I'm just I'm just adding that so we don't forget, but it doesn't sound urgent, and we need to get CI in a green state soon so we can release. So I'd rather not focus on this right now. Build GRUB FE file at build time. I don't even remember that, but it has my face. I think I'm getting old. Did I really work on this? GRUB FE was missing, I guess.
Yeah. Remember this was about, there was a GRUB FE target, but
yeah.
install part didn't really create the GRUB FE.
Yeah, all right. It was completely missing, and now we put it in the place of the default FE, right? All right. The maintenance we discussed, bump Kairos SDK. These are all yeah. So some of these PRs are because I created a big PR, this one, bump everything to latest QA, and tests were failing. And I realized that some of our dependencies weren't bumped everywhere. So yeah, some of these PRs do exactly that. This is bumping the Kairos SDK in the Discovery Challenger because that's what is being deployed in the tests. And actually people need that bumped anyway. Onboarding, duplicated. That's a fix Mauro mentioned. Announcing William, then okay. Another problem we had in the test is that after debugging, I realized it's probably that we were running UDevAdmin trigger way too many times because it sounded like a good idea when I worked on it, but turns out we're triggering way too many events, and eventually settle times out. Of course, we could increase the settle timeout and wait more, but it doesn't make sense. If you run trigger, 2 seconds ago and nothing happened in between, you don't need to run it again. So I split the methods in the SDK. There's a settle one, there's a trigger one, and there's one that does both. And try to use the correct one in every place. So if we don't expect any changes in devices, we just need to run settle just in case something has triggered before, but not trigger again. And that made tests pass. They're not timing out anymore. And yeah, this one is because we had a copy of that method, the initial method in the agent. Now the agent is using the methods from the SDK. So these stories are about that. Fixed voting duplicates, that's about onboarding maintainers. Don't duplicate GRUB when OM is not encrypted. Okay, that was another bug in the tests. At some point when I worked on the story to make OM encrypted, I decided to, when OM is encrypted, to create a copy of GRUB in the state partition. All fine and dandy, but turns out when OM is not encrypted, now we have two copies. And when you set the next boot entry, we only set it in the OM partition. But somehow GRUB picks the version from the state partition, or whichever it finds first, and overrides the other one, something like that. So setting the next boot entry to reset in tests didn't work, and this is the fix. Now it only creates in the state partition a GRUB if OM is encrypted, and if it's not, it only creates that on OM. Keep in mind, the encrypted OM partition flow is not thoroughly tested, but it has more to-dos and things to be fixed, so we don't really care. We just want to get back to the good state we were before, where when you don't have OM partition encrypted, everything works. So that part is tested. Any questions, anything? I'm archiving the stories otherwise.
That's good.
3, 2, 1, archive them all. All right. I think this has been like this for a while. Support multipath.
Multi-month.
Multi-month. I'm gonna close it and ask to reopen if it's still an issue. So it says I will close it for now, but feel free to open it again if you encounter any issues. All right. Away. Okay. Docs for Hadron architecture that was under review. People were commenting. Anything we need to do, or is it just happening?
We still need to. We had a meeting to discuss what presence we will have on the different websites, and we're still working on that. So I'm not sure yet. I think they will be moved to the Kairos website. Yeah, so it's still under review, we could say.
Okay. Do we have any update on what we're gonna do with the doc site? Are we switching to another framework?
Jasper is excited to do the work, so that would be nice. But of course, he can only work on this during his free time, which obviously makes sense. But at least from my side, I would like to support that to some degree, but as much as we can, right? Because I think there might be some benefits additionally to that, mainly the fact that because Tokusaurus already has this front-end framework, that we can start introducing all the complex parts that our documentation has. Like maybe you decide that you want to use it only for a single flavor, and then showing, I don't know, messages, oh, this feature is not implemented in that flavor. And all of that with vanilla JS will probably become a bit spaghetti, I think. But if we use a proper framework, we might have components, and that's right now my biggest reasoning on why to do the switch. Yeah. So.
Yeah, but the baking in all the logic, like every time you write docs, you have to decide, is this valid for all flavors and things like that? I doubt we will be so disciplined and do that for everything we write. So maybe it's not a matter of a framework. It's really.
But we do have. What I'm saying is that yes, you're right. We have to be disciplined, that's for sure. But right now we already have some of that, and it's just tangled in code. So I
All
don't
right.
know.
So we can let Jasper see when he has time. We're not planning to pick it up internally here in this team, right? Let's see. If Jasper doesn't have time and the need becomes more urgent, let's say we can discuss.
Yeah, I mean, I do have as part of the tickets that I have to work on refactoring the docs. Like I
Then
was
fix it,
saying,
man.
so that's why I'm saying that I could partially make it official ticket, so to speak, if you know what I mean.
All right. So you're saying it's your fault we don't have it yet. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Upgrade errors. What is that thing? Upgrade errors. If I don't remember it, usually it's a ticket I worked on. I don't know how this happens. Oh, doesn't load. It's a ghost ticket. Oh, there it is. Ah, and we replied something and wait. Ah, okay, waits for a reply. Maybe we'll give it a little bit more time and missing configuration fields. That needs someone to check the docs. Yeah, I didn't find time to do that. There are some options that are deprecated and things like that. I think we can keep it there again, but someone really needs to look at those. And then just bumping in the Helm charts the kcrypt Challenger version. We don't use the Helm charts, at least in our CI. We install with we customize. But yeah, anyway, people may be using the Helm charts, so please, someone can have a look there. Oh, I should have put. Give me a second. The maintainers here to get an email. There you are, maintainers and copilot, everything. All right. So that's it. Let's see what we're actually currently working on. Regression Kairos need 064 ARM installation. I think you already mentioned that, Chaka, and there is a fix.
Yeah, that was about the reset not working. It was about the Jeep plugin. I remember that we dropped Parteth and SF disk, and now we do everything in Go. So there was an issue with that. It worked on empty disk, but if your disk was in use, like it is on recovery, it will fail. So I had to rework that to do a bit like partex from util Linux, which just after creating any new partitions on the disk, you just inform the kernel and tell the kernel, okay, I added this partition, please add it to your table. And yeah, that now works. It's a bit more convoluted and a bit more of a pain in the ass, but it works, and it is what the kernel expects. So yeah.
So I don't see. So this is the fix in Yip. This is the bump of Yip in Immucore, but needs Immucore to be tagged and made part of
I
Kairos in Yip.
think I tagged them, but then on Friday you were gonna bump the init part with the new betas.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, well, I'll wait until Monday.
No, put it in. So this is the PR. We should merge and make master branch on Kairos green. So yeah, just put it in if you are confident, right? If you think it's gonna break.
No, I tested it both on like normal install with custom partition and recovery, and it works. But I didn't want to bump init with new betas while you were also bumping init with new betas.
Yeah, no worries. If you break it, you fix it. So just bump it.
Okay, so I'll bump that also with the init fix for the Hadron reset as well.
Nice. And yeah, we keep cutting betas on the tools as well. I don't remember cutting a beta on Nimucore though. We have betas on Kairos agent. So if needed, just cut a beta pre-release on Nimucore as well to test it out. Nice. All right. So this is done, or should I keep it around for the bumping? I'll let you close it when you.
Yeah. Just keep it around until it's merged.
All right. Hadron FIPS. There was a flag for FIPS in the Hadron builds, right? Build dark. Is this done? Isolate crypto modules.
It's half there. So
Okay,
there is FIPS now for OpenSSL. I found also another piece of software in Hadron that also has a flag for FIPS, and I wanted to investigate on that to know what does it do before closing this.
Mm-hmm.
Because supposedly you build OpenSSL with FIPS and then everything uses that OpenSSL, then you are building with FIPS. But this one has a specific flag that says enable FIPS, so I don't even remember what it is. I just put a to-do in there.
Mm-hmm. All right.
But I didn't have time to continue with this because this is Q2, I think. So.
All right, I can put your face though to make you feel bad. Where are you? There you are. There. It's waiting for you to close it. Oh, why is everything so slow? Okay, there it is. Checksum and renovate for Hadron. That was the new tool you created. It's not renovate anymore. It's a bit misleading, the title. We call it something else. And it's already working, but what is this? Reset bumps.
We need the pull request stuff to work. So the tool works and finds all the stuff, but it needs the auto bumper to work as expected to create pull requests and close older ones. Currently, it just updates the same one, but it fails if it's there. It's just a mess due to the forks.
All right, this is work in progress. Then, investigate CAPI. I didn't do anything on it other than rebasing my PR for KubeVirt and letting William take over. So, William,
Yes,
this is yours.
Here. So I don't know if this should just keep staying on investigate CAPI or we should move into develop CAPI. Anyway, where I am now, the CAPI provider for VMware fully works. The in single node with K0s. So my idea was to develop the KubeVirt one and bring it at feature parity with the one from VMware, and then move. I have two ways. One is move to K3s and do the same, or continue develop K0s and bring this let's say the traditional deployment of HA deployment, let's call it, or multi-node. I don't know. But certainly, as soon as the KubeVirt provider is ready, I think we should move the work into the Kairos organization.
Yeah, let's do it like that. I mean, you already have something working, so maybe we can already move it there, and maybe we can do a first. So it's a bit hard for me to test it on vSphere. So I guess in order for anybody to be able to test and QA and review PRs, we're gonna need a local setup. So I think the order should be, let's do KubeVirt first, test it, move it to Kairos organization, and regarding K3s and K0s, if I recall correctly, we discussed that it's gonna be so Kairos does both, right? So it's some option in some custom resource, if I'm not mistaken, which flavor you need. So there shouldn't be much on the CAPI providers other than letting know Kairos which Kubernetes distro it wants. Maybe it's even simpler, just what base image it has to use, right? If you use a K0s image, it should do
I'm here.
K0s.
Oh, sorry. I I don't know. I lost connection. So Mike, so where did I where did you lose me?
You were speaking, so we lost everything. I didn't hear you speaking.
Okay.
Okay, no, sorry. You said we should move it to the Kairos rep. I think that's the last thing I heard from you.
Oh yeah. So I thought that we should move it to the Kairos repo so that I can do some refactoring. Because now it's also the modules and the packages are pointing to my GitHub. But I don't know how you normally do. So it's more of a question.
Okay, so you didn't hear me. So what I was saying is that I think the order should be let's implement KubeVirt so people can run it locally,
Yeah.
so they can review PRs and do QA and whatever, right? Otherwise, not everybody has access to vSphere. So the moment we have KubeVirt working, let's move it to the Kairos repo so people can review it. And then regarding K0s and K3s, I think, if I recall correctly, it should be just a matter of selecting the correct base image, right? I mean, the provider shouldn't care much because Kairos is responsible to set up Kubernetes.
Not
No?
completely correct. The only reason is that the configuration in the cloud config changes. So that's the only part that I didn't test out. I'm not testing out. You're right. The provider shouldn't care because Kairos is going to take care of the installation, but the I have to do some tweaking in the template config of the cloud config that is going
What
to
you feed it. Yeah, all right. Yeah, makes sense.
the so on the reviewing PR and all these things, absolutely. That's what I said. Maybe you didn't grab it. The provider for KubeVirt should be ready before we move it, so that people can
Awesome.
test it out. Absolutely.
All right. So, is there a story
And
for that? Do you need a story for the KubeVirt, or are you good with this one? We'll keep updating this one until we move to Kairos, and then we start with a separate
yeah, I
tickets.
think I should make some updates there. Yeah, I'm only updating you guys on the Slack channel. Yeah, actually, I should update in the PR in the issues. The so for the state of the KubeVirt provider, it's, let's say, it's working 70%. Let's put it away. It's creating clusters. It's creating KubeVirt machines that are referenced to the CAPI machine, which are referenced to the KubeVirt VMs. The problems that I'm having is exactly the same that I was having with the KubeVirt, with the VMware, which is the data source. The data source, for some reason, it's not parsing entirely correctly. I'm looking into the ImmoCore, but this weekend I brought it very much forward. The code that you written was very useful, Dimitris. Thank you very much. And I have moved it. Now I've moved it away from the kind constructs so that it can be used on a regular cluster. And yeah, that's where I am. So I will be troubleshoot this week. I'll be building and troubleshooting to make sure that Kairos is happy with what's best.
Nice, awesome. All right, and yeah, please, whatever you can put here to keep the story up to date would be nice.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, good job. Then Hadron better release. It's only open because it had some more items that we wanted to move or complete. Come on, GitHub. Yeah, just announcements and 404 pages. But yeah, maybe we can just okay, I'm not gonna do that now to save some time, but we need to clean this up and close it. Fix reset source. That's what I'm working on. So I'm preparing for the workshop in Ghent, and I want to use Hadron as much as possible. So there is one step in the workshop where we are supposed to use to create a hybrid cluster like a local machine, a VM locally on the workstation, and a cloud machine, a cloud VM. So I tried to reset to Hadron on the cloud, but doesn't work because reset doesn't work, and that's because of all the GRUB issues we already discussed. So why is this in the docs, by the way? Oh no, sorry, I was talking about the wrong thing. That's a docs ticket, probably something I discovered. Come on. Yeah, okay, I found out while doing that. Yeah, in the docs it's wrong. You need the system nested under the system. So, but I didn't open it for review because I don't know if there are more things missing. So I'll open it for review as soon as I'm done and everything works. Because I'm planning to use directly the instructions from our documentation for the workshop. So maybe I'll need more fixes. So I'll keep this open until I have everything working. Yeah, another mistake in the doc. There was a dash missing in an image tag, so it wasn't a copy pasteable thingy. But this is already done. I can move it there, archive it. Okay, these are the what's going on? Archive all. I said, yeah, archive. Is it slow only for me? GitHub. So from 0. Oh, by the way, can you hear me?
Yep.
All right, you can. From 0 to Immutable Kubernetes, that's the workshop in Ghent. I'm working on it. This is
The talk at
there's a blog
Configuration Management Camp and also for KubeCon.
posting.
And we already have the first version with Jordan, and we're going to start practicing it probably this week since the event is coming soon.
Yeah, and this is the FOSDEM one?
And this is the FOSDEM one, that's correct.
All right. And this is the story, sorry, this is the ticket where we bump all bits onto the latest and trying to make the tests pass, and they're not passing currently. Last thing I discovered this morning was a problem with Dracut modules and FAT missing, so it couldn't build the NitramFS in Hadron. So yeah, we're working on it, getting there. Fixed quite some tests last week with encryption and trying to get all green. So this is what I'm currently working on. Okay, and that's what's in progress. Let's see what we need to do. So just to clarify, William, you have already enough things with CAPI for a week. We don't need to plan anything more for CAPI. I don't think I'll be able to work on CAPI myself much other than just helping you and unblocking or maybe testing some things. Hope
It's okay for me, Dimitris. I do have enough, and and yeah, when I need something, I try to be cautious of everybody's time, so I ask it in the Slack channel with everybody.
Yeah, no worries. Because I need to fix. See, currently it's not releasable. So the Kairos master is not releasable. It's breaking tests. We can't bump everything to latest. So if someone comes and says, "Oh, I have an urgent issue, please release," or whatever, we can't. So I want to get it to a good state. That's why I'm focusing on this one. And actually, I need this for the workshop and all the presentations. So myself, when I'm done with this, I'll have to finalize the workshop instructions. There isn't much left, just some advanced sections which we will probably not reach. We won't have time for this, so I'm not, putting too much effort on this. But I want them to work, so that's what I'm doing. So I will have some time to work on some things. We already discussed with some people about OS Builder. OS Builder is the tool, William, for you if you're not familiar with it. It's like a controller that recognizes some custom resources and builds Kairos flavors. It's like a factory, like the factory, the GitHub action we have to build Kairos artifacts, but in Kubernetes. So you would apply a YAML that says build me this flavor, and it will build you the artifact you need and give you a way to download it or upload it to S3 or whatever, right? That was the OS builder. We did quite some work months ago to consolidate with AuroraBoot, but we haven't touched it for months, and we want to start working a little bit on it and consolidate more, because now we have the operator, the Kairos operator that does the upgrades. We have AuroraBoot, which you can use as a binary or inside a container. There is OS Builder. So we're a little bit spread with tools, and we want to see where OS Builder is at, and maybe consolidate a bit and bring up to date and whatever. So that's one thing we could touch. Oh, and since Hadron is a priority, we may need to pull. I'm not sure if we already have much. I see way too many stories open here. Like we have FIPS, we have the updates, automatic updates, but we can pull one more in. Can you remind me which story we discussed is next priority? It wasn't the firmware update. It was for Hadron, I mean. Oh, we saw that.
There was some, the firmware update was dependent on, I can't remember. I think it was about how do we deliver things that are big, like firmware update that has a lot of dependencies that goes on their leaf. And we talked last week, I think, about using sysx, configuring it so it works with this and so on.
Yeah, but we also said ARM support, which is already there but needs QA, and we said NVIDIA drivers, if I recall correctly.
Yes.
So
Yes,
we wanna see. Okay, and the NVIDIA drivers ticket, I don't think there is one. Is
no, there isn't. There isn't one yet. But I think the firmware update was in there because we thought people will ask for it rather soon.
There's the NVIDIA one. Tore. Okay. Tore. Which one is more urgent, do you think? The NVIDIA drivers or the firmware update? The firmware update, Chaka, you already did a spike on it, but it was complex and for some reason it didn't work?
No, it does work, but it requires a lot of dependencies and a lot of build stuff, so it's kind of a bit easy to put directly on our image, as in the base image, even if we don't know if they're gonna use it. So we should think about trying to provide it as a 6x or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I would finish the story that we have on the firmware update, so we close it. And I do agree it should be like a 6x, or because it's also, I mean, it has also an educative, aspect. If we have a 6x and we show the life cycle, how you upgrade it, etc.
All right, so I'll keep this then. I'm not pulling in the NVIDIA drivers then. I move this lower because it's not, like Maro said, he talked to some people from CNCF and they don't do OS audits, only, code auditing if you have a binary or something. My opinion is whatever they can audit is better than nothing. On the other hand, it depends on how much effort it is both for us and for them and what we gain by that.
Yeah. I also reached out to Nathanael from Alpine and the guys from Postmarket, and they haven't done such a process for Alpine or Postmarket OS. I can try reaching out some people at SUSE maybe. If anyone has a lead of who we could talk to, or maybe even what are we talking when we talk about this audit? Like, do we have an idea who has done such an audit, and like what's the goal, to be certified by a certain organization or whatnot?
I don't know, but I think but it all started because there was a security audit provided by CNCF. I think that's how it started as an idea, and we said, okay, if they do that, why not? I'm not sure we wanted something specific, like being certified by someone specifically, but I could be wrong. That's what I remember. Chaka, you were about to say something.
No, I was.
Sorry.
Is this? Do you know the name of this audit they're mentioning? Is it a threat model or an audit?
Good question. I don't think that's defined, and that's partly what I'm asking here. Like, do we know what we want? If it's really just getting a view from the tag security or OpenSF, as you mentioned, Dimitris, it would be the code, and maybe that's good enough. I don't know. Maybe Ettore, you know, what would you?
Yeah, I mean, it's very broad as a target. I mean, it's a big bucket. I mean, would put even salsa here. Would say, like what standard
That would
we have.
be interesting, I think. Yeah.
So I mean, and another perspective would be basically CIS benchmarks at OS level. So we have some cards around that to have some, at least for us, to do some assessment of the image that we release. So I think it's too much broad. We have to scope it. What it means doing security audit, what kind of part of the stack, because if it's an org thing, then it could be, more like on permission, security permission tokens and these kind of things.
If we don't know though yet, I will just remove it from to do and put it in unplanned until we know. What do you think?
Good for me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and we focus on the salsa stuff. I think that's more interesting at the moment.
All right, removed. So resilience is
there is also a companion thing to this that I think I talked with Mauro last week, that it will be to try to add support for Hadron in upstream things like Trivi, so they can scan. So because we're gonna get this, we get this already with Ubuntu. In fact, we added the test ourselves to check, because then the customers were running Trivi against the images and saying, oh, it has a CVE, whatever. So with Hadron, we should probably do the same, because they're gonna pass it through Trivi or the other thing that I can't remember the name. So we should start checking with those upstream projects to try to see what we can do to provide the scanners with the proper info about what versions we have in the images and so on.
I thought these tools are automated and they somehow automatically work. I didn't know.
No, they need a database in the image, so other package managers, they just open whatever backend they got and check the versions and then check against their database. But we don't have anything like that. We don't even have a JSON with the versions we have in the image. So that's why they all, or 3D checks against or Hadron images are just passing. They can't find anything.
Isn't that good? It's secure by design. Okay, I put a comment to not forget, but seems very different to what this ticket is. If you feel it's the right time, we can create another ticket now. Depending on when people will start asking for it and how much work it is. There is, I think, a reference a new issue. I can do it right now, or I can let you do it and define the ticket.
Just do a reference and assign it to me, and I'll update.
All right. Okay, that would be a feature request. Support Hadron Hadron in security scan. Oh God, scanning tools, EG3V.
Yeah.
Gonna do it like that. And I'll send you this nice. Okay, this is Zoom. This is chat. Sorry for the mirroring effect. There you are. I pasted it and there we are.
Thanks.
All right. So in to do, may need to bring some more things. Resilience issue when losing. Okay, nobody replied in this one. We only wanted to reply, and this is an Edge VPN related bug. And we did reply something, and I asked Ettore to also chime in if he can. But there is already a reply, so I'm not sure we can do more stuff at this point. I will just move it there. And fix boot assessment on Yuki. We did some work around boot assessment. Should I expect this to work now?
Well, it's kind of fixed on our side. We have now single entry points, but there is incoming work from the NICS guys because they found the same issue as we did, and
Sorry,
did a
guys,
pull
can you
request
please-
to.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, William.
Bye, man.
See ya.
See you. All right, so I
the
can move
NICS
it below the
folks
water line.
have- Yeah. We will have to wait for that for Leonard to confirm because my pull request was changing the actual behavior, while the NICS guys one is not, is adding a new feature for this. So I think it's a better approach, and it's easier to get that merge.
All right. Okay, we don't have many staging to do. We should probably add some in case we run out of work here. It could either be more Hadron work, but I think the in progress is full of Hadron work, and there is firmware update, which is also a lot of work. So maybe we can pull in some work from the OS builder.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Which means, yeah, this is, I don't know, lost in history now. We have to probably search for all the OS builder, or maybe that's the work we should do. Bring some clarity. So if I look for OS builder here, I'm sure I'm gonna find too many things. No, it can't be that much. I hope. Come on.
Yeah,
come on.
overall, I wonder if we should do a cleanup, like closing
Yeah.
some really old tickets.
Yeah. Migrated build functionalities consume AuroraBoot. Part of this has happened, but it says to Kairos operator. So there is the option to merge the OS builder in the Kairos operator and not have two operators or two controllers, separate ones. I think that's what this says. These and these. This is an epic. Okay, what I can do to save some time here in planning, because we don't remember exactly where we stand with OS builder, I can just pull this in, and by getting completely lost, we will clarify and clean up. I'm not saying this is the first ticket we should pick up, but yeah, since we don't know which one is the first ticket, by trying to start on the OS builder on something, it will force us to clean up. How does that sound? If we pick it up, if we make it. Everybody fine with this strange plan?
Yep.
Right, put it there so I can find it. Where did you go, ticket? Not there, obviously. In a random place, okay. And then I'll move it there. Oh, all right, but please remember this is just to, to remember where we are. We don't necessarily mean to deliver this. Okay, and I think we have a plan. It looks strange that we don't plan too many cards, but usually when we start on Monday, we already have pulled quite many stories in progress. That's why it usually happens. Okay, from my side, I don't have anything else. I can stop sharing. And anything else from you guys?
From my side, there's an update about the Hadron logo. So we are bringing polished design of the existing AI generated logo. But this is a formal process. So someone is, a designer worked on it, and now it needs to be vetted and reviewed by lawyers, because there can be a lot of problem with branding, and I don't know how long this will take. Which means I haven't ordered swag with
No.
any logo yet. So I think what we should do for FOSDEM and configuration management CAP is just order Kairos swag, nothing Hadron. And as soon as this is settled, then we order Hadron swag, which we can share in Cloud Native Days Italy, so that every maintainer has it, and we figure out how to give to other people in other events. On the side of that, also to mention that I reached out to the CNCF legal department to make questions about Hadron, like how can we talk about Hadron? For example, whenever we talk about Kairos, we have to be very, we have to use the right phrasing, right? Kairos is a CNCF sandbox project, for example. And I don't know how exactly are we authorized to talk about Hadron. I don't know how, if the way we brought Hadron in is the proper one, or if it needs to be also onboarded by the CNCF, including the new logos and all of that. So I sent them an email to get feedback on that, so that we're not stuck at any point wanting to give a Hadron talk and blocked by that. That's pretty much it. So if everyone is okay, I will just make for now Kairos swag.
Yeah, just to clarify, from our side, we want Hadron to be part of Kairos on the same state, like be owned by CNCF and all, right?
Yeah.
We're just trying to clarify if we need the separate process from scratch, or it's a child, let's say, of Kairos. Okay,
Correct.
got you. Yeah, I'm fine with. I would rather have Hadron swag, and I don't really understand what lawyers have to say about colors and shapes and SVGs, right? I mean, what's
I
there
think it's
to say?
mostly
But
that nobody can easily then pinpoint to a company or organization saying, "Hey, you guys took our logo. It looks too similar to our logo, so now we have some legal battle about it." Something like
how
that.
can
That's
you
what I
check all
understand.
the logos in the world to know? I mean, if it happens, it happened. We asked the AI to generate it, right? Maybe it looks like one, but how can you tell? There's no database.
Good question. Good question. Let's just say I had a long discussion with ChatGPT about why I needed to do that or not, and in the end, ChatGPT won.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, Kairos swag it is. It is then, or maybe just white T-shirts. They're very generic, and nobody can sue you with white T-shirts.
That's true.
All right, guys. Okay, thanks for that. Anything else, or otherwise we call it and we're done. Nobody. Okay.
Have a
Thank
great
you
day,
for
everyone.
joining. Have a good day. Bye.
All right,
Ciao,
folks.
ciao.
Bye bye.
You